And the other important part of the diversity visa lottery, before you go to submit and finalizing the application, is to make sure that you have the correct photo which meets the requirements and the measurements to apply for the diversity visa lottery. I made a video on how you can edit the photo. I put the link on the description of this video where you can see how you can be able to edit the photo. But a few important things you need to understand about that particular photo. The DV lottery photo, number one instruction is, don't use the photo you used in the last year's DV lottery application. Using, according to the instruction, do they implement? I say it might be no. Using the photo which you used in the previous DV lottery application is automatic disqualification of the lottery. But I know I did it that way. I applied for someone using the one of the old years application, and the person won the DV lottery. And is now here, and the person lives with me. He's my nephew. But don't take that risk. For me, I applied, I knew the instruction, but it was the last day, and I checked my computer and I saw the photo. I said, oh, let me apply, because I didn't have the photo and I had the passport. At that time, they didn't have the passport requirement at that time. So I just applied for the person. So let's follow the instruction. Let's not expose ourselves into lion's face, assuming that we'll feel sorry for you. Maybe the lion is not eating, is already full. No. The instruction is, don't use the last year's photo. Another instruction is, make sure you use the most recent photo. They say at least the photo you have taken in the last 6 months. Within the last 6 months. Don't take a photo 10 years ago. For me, if you go 10 years ago, I used to have a big afro like Jackson 5 or the African freedom fighter. So you need to have a photo which is the most recent. Especially for the kids. If you take the photo of my daughter 6 months ago and today, they are two different people. Now it's a little bit different compared to the previous one. So make sure that you take the most recent photo. So any photo you have taken recent is okay. But if you have the photo you used last year, you took the last year, January is good, you can use it. What you need to do, take that photo, download the photo and upload it on your desktop. Save it again, it will have the new date of today. It looks like a new photo. That's another way you can be able to do that. Remember, the visa photo for the United States, whether to go to the US Embassy to get the visa or for the DV lottery application, the background must be white. Don't use the blue, don't use the black, don't use yellow, don't use red. It has to be white or plain background. Don't use gray, don't use like light blue. It's supposed to be white. No shadow. Don't make sure that there is a shadow. You have to look front to the lens of the camera. Don't need to look this side. Don't look the sideways. No. Look with the straight. Once you take the photo, don't take the photo and take upside down. If you turn around, you are going to lose. That is another instruction. Another thing is, don't wear the glasses. Prior to 2018, you are allowed to wear glasses. Now you are not allowed to wear glasses. If you wear the glasses, game over. The photo, it has a special measurement. I have a video on how you can use a free website to edit the photo, which it will give the proper measurement and make sure that it meets the requirements for the diversity visa lottery. Don't make a mistake. They don't care whether you have dreads, but don't put the dreads, they cover like your face like this way. Don't wear the hijab which you cover until just the eyes. You wear the hijab which is religious. As long as you wear the hijab in a religious way in daily basis. But if you wear hijab today and on Fridays, no, just wear normal clothing. Don't wear the uniform unless otherwise you are a priest or you are a sheikh and you are not allowed to wear any other attire. you can wear that one. But you are police, don't wear the police uniform. Don't wear uniform as a doctor, thinking that because they see a picture as a doctor, they are going to give you, to allow you to win. No, they are going to disqualify you. Again, another thing is, make sure when you are taking those kind of photo, don't start showing the facial, no, just be normal face in the normal way. I have the link on this video on how you can edit the photo. Another question people related to the photo, they ask, can you use a cell phone? Can you use a tablet? Can you use only a camera? You must go to the studio. iPhone can take a photo better than most of the normal cameras. As long as you have a very good light, you can take the photo. If you take outside, you take a white sheet behind you or white wall, make sure it's very plain, take that photo, there is no problem. So those are the things. And when someone is taking the photo, don't be too close to the camera like this way, there is no even a place like space-wise. Come a little bit like this way, come a little, allow space above your head, allow space on side, so that when you go to crop on that website or on any tool you are using to crop, it will have a good space. But if you be too close, they'll cut your head like this way. If they cut your head like this way, that you don't qualify. So those are the things you need to consider when you're going to apply. The photo is very, very important. Just a photo can make you win or lose, disqualified from the start. And the photo of the main applicant will be having the same requirement. The weight of the photo is supposed to upload. The weight of the photo is not supposed to exceed 240 kilobytes. It can be 5, it can be 10, it can be 50, it can be 100, it can be 200. But if it's a 240 and above, it will say the weight is exceeding the maximum. It will tell you that way. It will not go. So make sure the weight of the photo is that way. When you go to that website I'm telling you, which is egreencardphoto.com, I will put the website here. You can be able to see how you can use that photo tool to edit, and automatically will be having less than 240 kilobytes. And you have to save it in JPEG, JPG, or JPEG, whatever that one, JPEG. Don't take a photo from the studio, print out, then you take your phone, you take a printed photo. Why do you do that? It's supposed to be a digital photo. So don't take a photo of a printed photo. It doesn't make sense. No. If you go to the studio, they print it, tell them to send to your email, tell them to give you on the flash or memory card. Don't print out. Those are the instructions. Out of that, you'll be good. The photo of the main applicant, the photo of the dependent, whether the spouse or the children, should all have the same requirement. Even if the child is 1 day old, you must have the photo. You must apply. When you apply, you have a child. Even if a child is 1 day old, you have to include the photo. But if the child is not born, is still in the stomach, in the womb, you cannot take the picture of the child who is in the womb. So that doesn't count. So you don't count, I have a child who still is in the womb. No. Because you cannot have the photo of that child. So even if a child is 1 day old, you can put it on the car seat, or you can lay down the white sheet and take the child, lay down and take a picture from upside down this way. Or put it on the car seat and take a picture of the child. Or what we did when we took the photo of Faustina, when we want to take the passport, we were applying for the passport for Faustina, was 3 or 4 months old, whatever. So what we did, I took Faustina and carried the Faustina like this way, and someone took a picture of her from there, and the background is white. So you can find different ways to take a photo that way. So you must take a photo. If a child is born after you apply, there is no problem. When you win, you can add the child. But if the child is not born yet, don't worry at all, because you don't have the photo. So that is very, very important. They are not going to require the same photo if you win the DV lottery, that you have to use the same photo to get the visa, no. But you have to make sure that the photo meets all the requirements, so that you cannot be disqualified for things which you can be able to avoid them.